First of all, I'd like to say a big sorry. My most sincere apologies to all the artists. My most sincere, heartfelt apologies to all the hardworking artists worldwide that could have gained some perspective and maybe even a sense of proportion in regards to how the art practice has been progressing over the past 22 or so odd years, more like 10 years to be more precise. In these last 10 years, artists could have had a sense of confirmation, cross-reference, for some even signposting, and for many a sense of completion, and maybe even a sense of closure for some that experience the art calling in sometimes traumatic neuropathological angst, particularly in regards to the sense of purpose, what they're supposed to be doing, whether or not what they've already done meets up to their own judgment or standards, or is even in keeping with their retrospective repertoire of artistic practice and subsequent output. Essentially, the things that we're about to start saying now, had they been said 10 years ago or 22 years ago, would have made art practice generally more reconcilable, perhaps even enjoyable, depending on the raison d'être of each and every artist in their own individualized art discipline and propensity of pursuit. For some people, it's a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week, 14 months a year type exertion of will, inspiration, intensity, if you could call it that, and many other characteristics of each and every individual artist's own nuance, demeanor, temperament, aptitude, and even ability to convert or execute their vision onto whatever chosen medium that they happen to be working with at any given time in the sequence of artistic, or shall we say artistic, athletic, creative, or artistic, athletic, creative pursuits, curricular and extracurricular. For some artists, the extracurricular activities form a large bulk of their art practice, quote-unquote output, and actual artistic creative preamble. So for them, what they do outside the studio is particularly important and perhaps even crucial, mortally crucial in some instances. And for some artists, everything happens in the studio. They get there and they just turn it on and they're ready to go. All the things that we're going to be revealing in this sequence of operationalization and sentimentally sensual preamble is for both the extracurricularly invested as well as the curricularly immersed artists worldwide, regardless of whatever artistic creative pursuit that they're seized with. So this is a huge, sincere, and somewhat long overdue or unfashionably late apology. And as we go along and ventilate some of the particular aspects of this entire motion, most, if not all, will come to see why this apology is especially warranted, necessary, and obligatory, given the lateness that has accompanied its materialization, manifestation, or arrival. This was not something bad we intended. It would seem to have been more of an instructional peculiarity, especially given how much more perspective prospects, and confirmation that the slight delay, procrastination, or shall we say the stipulated delay has given unto all of us my very zombie self included in that all. In truth, there are things that I would not have had latitude, aptitude, altitude of overview, attitude, or even understanding, no prerequisite level of introspection to be able to unpack onto the rest of you with any degree of how can I put it? Coherent, cogent, logically traceable, or even chronology adherence. Comprehensible, consistently justifiable, plausibility, or authority. What I know now is that I did not yet know what I needed to know for me to let you know what it is that we all have to know in regards to this entire artistic categorization or compartmentalization of human interest, investment, indispensability. There are many things that are not straightforward, as in they're not logically sequenced. They're non-linear, so to speak, and the best way to describe them would be as spiralinear. So they go up in a circular spiral vortex, increasing intensity, gradation of life experience intersected with ability, also interface with the will of God for us here on earth, or the universe, or what other people might call destiny. Yes, destiny is real, and it's even scientific in the truest sense of, or indeed even meaning of the word. For some artists, being an artist is not just a choice, it's their entire destiny, and their artworks are as a manifesto of their unrelenting dedication, wholehearted devotion, and sometimes even painful sacrifices that they have to bring to the table in order for them to even have a seat at the table, on account of all the forces that would seem to be pulling them away from the artistic feast of perspective, knowledge, expression, cathartic release, satisfaction, discernment, and many other profound, deeply profound feelings, sentiments, and more that come with being an artist and what it means in this world of expedited ambition, aspiration, and acquisition or accumulation. The things that we've been accumulating, the knowledge that we have been cataloging, the new methodologies that we have been formulating, synchronicities we've been cataloging, indications we've been collating, details we have studied, intricacies we have casually investigated, intimations we have noted, and judgments we have incorporated, advantage or efficiencies we have internalized in regards to elevating the entire complexion aspect, profile, and prestige of being an artist are going to be entirely crucial, necessary, informative, centrally instrumental for the supracosmopolytechnologically applicable actualization of the majority, if not every, consequential new paradigm artistic practitioners, regardless of race, creed, territory, discipline, biology, educational background, regardless of what their favorite color is, or quirks, excellence or lack of it, actual artistic ability, spontaneity, medium, predictability, what their favorite material or any other specificity of their impulse within the art world. Again, this is a huge apology for me, myself, as the Pope of art, the Pope of art, or the POA, the POA of art. Not to be confused with the Antichrist. No, I would be his vicar on earth. So I would be the vicar of the Antichrist, if there was an Antichrist in the first place. I consider myself the Pope or the President of art. I don't believe that there was a title anywhere within the ranks and files and zombie hierarchies of the art world. There was no Pope of art, no president of art for that matter. At least not that I'm aware of. I hadn't heard of one. I don't assume, I don't have reason to assume that there would be one. I'm making up that post for myself. The Pope of art. What does the Pope of art do? We shall all find out. My very zombie self included. Well, we shall come to see, shall we not? Time will tell what the Pope or the President of art really does. The President or Pope of art. The POA. P-O-A. The POA. Yeah. So that's what I'm doing. I'm apologizing to all artists worldwide as the newly inaugurated or newly non-inaugurated Pope or President of art. I'm apologizing to all the artists, and sincerely, I might add, all this jest and extra shrility of language is just but a consequence or symptom of my unease and my real sense of embarrassment for having stood by so quote unquote helplessly as the art world is being harassed endlessly, subjected to tireless torment and dragged through the ravages of wild packs of equally wild dogs, so to speak. Incidentally, I am not referring to the finance bro art investor type that have sullied the provenance and custody chain of some of the most sought after artworks and stolen those pieces away to some nondescript underground vault or undisclosed seaport somewhere equally inaccessible. I'm not talking about the investors. No. If anything, they actually haven't been as bad for the artwork as many would have you believe, or shall I say, the investors haven't been as impeding for the art world as some of these purists, aficionados would have you believe. Everything that's happened in the art world has been as it's supposed to be. Yes, there's been some missteps, but hardly any mistake. I mean, perpetual mistake. In fact, any time that the artwork seems to have gone wrong, it would seem to be an opportunity for the artwork to phoenix again, even better. The ravages of the wild dogs that I'm talking about are more in regards to artists' own questioning and interrogation of their own motives, inspiration, purpose, and other issues that artists have been faced with, especially in these trying times of material or decommence or scarcity. Yes. This is more about the inner world of the artist's status quo, the mind of the machine, so to speak. The heart in the mind of the machine, or the heart of the mind riding or deriving the machine. All the things we're about to start saying, and all the things that we are about, and all the things we are about to start doing would have truly helped and made a difference had they been said before. But we have to be sure first before we could start making any Pope of Art proclamation, Pope of Art type Pope of Art type proclamation. We first had to be entirely sure. And the things we were saying had to be thoroughly verified beyond mere validation or confirmation. We had to be certain beyond the mystery of the shadow of a doubt, or the mystery of the shadow of the doubt, whichever takes your fancy. This is like 10 steps beyond the shadow of a doubt. Certainty beyond the shadow of a doubt type or variety. We had to be certain beyond the mystery of the shadow of a doubt. Like 110 to 790 to 1,010% and more set before we could just start saying such consequential things. The things we're about to start saying are going to economically elevate the entire tenure of the purpose of the art world. And precisely because of the added participation of the quote-unquote investor type in the art world, it unfortunately means that anything that we do within the art world has to live up to or adhere to a strict set of processional, operational or processional protocols so as to not appear to be a manipulation, rigging, or indeed even commandeering of the market, of the art market. Yes, it sucks, but we have to format our advance in a way that respect the fiduciary, food judiciary, fiscal, financial complexity of the art world as we find it today. Everything we're saying is for the easing of the artist's burden. All the things we're about to start doing are contributory towards the facilitation of the easing of the artist's burden, the emotional, spiritual burden of artistic practices, and there are financial consequences to the easing of that emotional, spiritual burden, not the other way around. We cannot, nor do we concern ourselves of the fiscal implications or consequences of any and many of the things that we do for the love of the real art, for the love of the Lord, for the love of the real heart. The economic elevation is but a mere side effect of the real thrust of this entire initiative. This is to confirm artists, hunches, suspicion, theories, ponderings, meditations, notions, musings, contemplation, further reflection, and even more of the artist's infinite or perpetual deliberations in regards to what this art is really all about. We're going to start answering some questions that artists have probably asked themselves since time immemorial, since the days of the cave painting and the art that came before that has perhaps not lived or stood the test of time and the elements and excelled and staying visible unto us. That's neither here nor there, and certainly not the point. I'm sure we will find all the prehistoric art that there is out there, even if just not yet. More on that later. Anyway, our art journey of exploration, discovery, revelation, achievement, explanation, reconciliation with a Z, and rationalization goes all the way back to the cave painting and what they were all really about, to the very present day and the future of art. And this is probably going to be the most consequential, quote-unquote, mumbo doctorate lecture that anyone has ever had the pleasure of dispatching, dispensing, or depositioning onto the world. This firmly feels like the deposition of a dossier of confirmatory proofs and further evidence of the validity, necessity, indispensability, and more responsibilities of art. Art is truly God's gift unto humanity to enable us to be able to rationalize and reconcile God's will for us here on earth as unified humanity among other earth kind. If you could have given art to the animals along with the mandatory opposable thumb, of course, you would have done it. And that art would have been so organically aligned to his exact written or stated word and spirit of the very same letter. Because animals are just connected to the natural order of intent, a sequence of intelligent design that God has performed for the benefit of all humanity, animals, and other earth kind. What we are about to embark upon is a realignment of artistic practice and creative pursuit with the real and true, proper, correct, further purpose, value, validity, polynatural, sequence, and application of artistic, athletic, creative, apex, aptitude, art, as well as all aptitude, artistic, creative visionism. Yo, Ondolo, asante sana, amini mipango ya Mungu. Asante sana, ende amini mipango ya Mungu. It's deep in its peak, as the ancestors of Tema speak. It's deep in its peak, as the ancestors of the universe speak. Same thing in it. The black power, BLEK, the black and Black Power, it's an acronym, BLEK, standing for Be Life Elevation Knowledge, and the B being, and the B stands for whatever B word you can accurately and sincerely use to describe your own life experience. So if it's beautiful life, bad life, bountiful life, billionaire life, whatever B word you can use to describe your own life experience. That's what the B and B Life Elevation Knowledge will stand for in your own particular iteration of the BLEK power. Our, shall we say, power, and POA, Pope of Art, aka Mondorono, aka the Gumiguru guy, aka Zimurenga, aka the Vicar of Antichrist, the representative of the Antichrist here on earth. If there is an Antichrist, not Antichrist, Artist. Yeah. So if there's an Antichrist, I would be his vicar or vicar on earth, his representative for all disambiguation and for the purposes of avoiding any confusion. I have made the post of the President or Pope of Art